Welcome to online class. I welcome the students of Sayaviti Society High School, Gachipur. Today, I am going to discuss about transformation of sentences for the students of class 10. Today, I will discuss 6 rules to change the sentences from simple to complex. Before going to transform simple to complex, we have to know that what is simple and what is complex. Simple is very simple, complex is really complex. But we have to know really grammatically. And simple means the simple sentence where you will find the one subject, one verb. And complex sentence is such kind of sentence then two or more sentences get together with any preposition or any conjunction. And now I will show only 6 rules to change the sentences from simple to complex. Now go to board. Here see, we'll change the sentences from simple to complex. First rule, subject plus auxiliary verb. And if we find any time, you see, I was there in winter. I was there in winter. The winter is a season. It seems time. And how I will change this sentence from simple to complex. I was there in winter. This is simple because you see, I is subject, was is auxiliary verb, and this is a simple sentence. And if I want to change this simple sentence to complex, and I have to find here, this is the time, and I have to write, I was there when it was winter. You see, I was there. This is a sentence. It was winter. This is another sentence. These two sentences get together with when. You see? And now this is a complex sentence. And if you, my dear student, if you find a sentence mentioning any time, then you have to change this simple sentence to complex with when. For an example, I am repeating again. I was there in winter. I was there when it was winter. Because it was, this is past tense, it is past tense. And if we say, I am there when it is winter. I am there when it is winter. There is present tense, it is present tense. If you find the first sentence is present, and you have to write the second sentence also present. If you find the first sentence is past, and you have to write the second sentence also past. So I hope and believe that students, you all understood the first rule. And now I am going to discuss about the rule 2. If you find any sentence with person and you have to change the simple sentence to complex, adding who. You see, there are some people to help me. There are some people to help me. You see, there are some people help me, to help me. You see, people, this is a part, this is mentioned person. So if you find a sentence mentioning any person and you have to change this sentence from simple to complex, adding who. There are some people who help me. You see, there are some people who help me. There are some people to help me, and we have to withdraw this preposition to. Okay, so I believe that the students of class 10 will be able to understand. If you find any sentence mentioning person, and you have to change this simple sentence to complex adding who. In case of person, you have to add who. Now I am going to rule 3. And here, if you find any place, and you have to change this simple sentence to complex where. For an example, I live in Gazipur. You see, Gazipur is the place. In case of this sentence, you have to change this simple sentence to complex, adding where. Okay, where, but how? Okay, and then in case of place, you have to mention this place first. Gazipur is the place where I live in. You see, Gazipur is the place where I live in. And if you find a sentence mentioning any place, and you have to write down the place first here, you have to change the sentence from simple to complex. Gazipur is the place, this place where I live in. Okay, everybody, I believe that you will be able to understand. Now I am going to roll 4. Without plus verb plus ing. For an example, without reading well, you will not pass. You see, without plus verb plus ing. And if you find a sentence mentioning without plus verb plus ing, this is a simple sentence. This kinds of sentence, if you want to change from simple to complex, you have to change by adding if plus subject plus do not. You have to memorize this. And if you want to change this without plus verb plus ing, and you have to add if plus subject plus do not. And now if I want to change this simple sentence to complex, how I will change? You see, and you have to without. If you, because you is subject. If you do not, you see, if plus subject plus do not. So if plus subject plus do not. If you do not read, and you have to withdraw ing. If you do not read well, and you have to place a comma here. If you do not read well, you will not pass. And this is very easy and simple. And you have to remember, you have to memorize. If you find a sentence without plus verb plus ing, and you have to change this simple sentence to complex by adding if plus subject plus do not. And this is formula. I hope that all of the students will be able to understand these rules. Now I am going to roll 5. I am going to roll number 5. If you see, first sentence plus 2 plus second sentence. This means, and if you find two sentences joining with a preposition to, and this is also a simple sentence. And if you want to change this simple sentence to complex, you have to write so that. Okay? In case of so that, and you have to add can or could. And if you find the present present form of sentence, you have to write can, and if you find past sentence, you have to write could. For an example, we read newspaper to learn more. You see, we read newspaper. This is a sentence. Learn more. This is a sentence. These two sentences added with a preposition to. And if you find such kinds of sentence, this is simple sentence. But if you want to change this simple sentence to complex, you have to add so that. You see, we read newspaper so that. You have to write subject here. We read newspaper so that. You have to withdraw the to. And we read newspaper so that we can learn. We can learn more. Okay. And if you find any past tense, if you find past tense, for an example, we played well to win the game. You see, here is past tense. So you have to write could. How? We played well so that we could win the game. Okay, you see, and I am repeating again, if you find a sentence mentioning to, and you have to change these kinds of simple sentence to complex, adding so that. Okay, this is number 5, and now I am going to discuss about number 6 rule. In spite of. In spite of. In spite of, if you find a sentence adding in spite of, this is simple sentence. Okay, this is simple sentence. And if you find such kinds of sentence adding in spite of, you have to change this simple sentence to complex, adding though or although. Okay, for an example, in spite of his working hard, in spite of his working hard, he could not pass. You see, and this is a sentence adding in spite of. If you find a sentence adding in spite of, this is a simple sentence. And if you want to change this kind of sentence from simple to complex, you have to add though or although. You have to withdraw in spite of, and you have to write first though or although. Though his, and you have to transfer he. Okay, though he. Here you see could. This sentence is past form. So you have to write also this verb past form. Though he worked hard. I am repeating again. You see, in spite of his working hard, he could not pass. Could. This is the past form of can. So you have to write past form of this verb. So I have written, though he worked hard, he could not pass. And I hope and believe that all of my students will be able to understand today's lesson. And these are the 6 roles about transformation of sentences from simple to complex. I think that all of 6 structure are much more very important for your exam, and you will follow this online class, and you will take the help from your textbook also. I think that I welcome my students to follow all the online classes today. I tried my best to make you understand about transformation sentences from simple to complex, and tomorrow or day after tomorrow I will try my best to take online class again. Thank you very much.